of Salone. But members of the Judiciary of Salone are then they in charge for give justice to Salone people without fear and favor. But before we go to Moses, we want first let it take we through. We see some time back, Justice Aluweme writes a letter to the Judiciary of Sierra Leone wherein he highlights plenty issues them. But for the benefit of listeners them, witness some of the things that we made inside that letter, the Moses.
Well, actually, from the social media angle, we see a majority of we the work within the judiciary see a letter we Justice Alwell writes and address to the Honorable Chief Justice. So whether that letter was rightfully conveyed to the Honorable Chief Justice or not, we cannot comment on it because me see on our social media and it was commented on social media. But it raised some concerns then we see allegedly that he has been deprived of a certain rights then, you understand, like aspect of FL, ABC, and the things that we feel say that it concern to write that letter. So the letter video on social media, that's I will say we see on social media and of which it raised in concerns them. And few journalists then be taken up without actually, I will tell you, no journalist no reach the communication department of the judiciary because the Chief Justice now we boss for say, in other words, did you see this letter waiting at the authenticity of this letter, or do you think the Honorable Chief Justice received the letter? No media houses. So when that letter was posted, it is like when somebody has one or two, three journalists then take them up without observing the professional pathway. You understand? Like I said, no member of the communication department, three of us, nobody know the way contact with us. We see this letter and it comes in come up from a judge and addressed to the Honorable Chief Justice. Waiting at this letter is the Chief Justice. In fact, the Chief Justice was not even in the country. You understand? When this letter be the make rounds on social media, he was not in the country. So basically, there was a letter on social media. I see the letter on social media. I read the letter on social media. And immediately when that letter was posted on social media, a set of journalists then take them up without observing the ethical consideration or principle of journalism. We see if you don't get the side of the source, you for make some frantic effort or reasonable effort for get the side of the alleged source. Nobody know reach we, because if anybody be reach we would have communicated to the Chief Justice that we've seen this thing and these ABC and the journalists they asked for let we comment on this. And the CJ is somebody who gets an open door policy in the talk to we, in the address issues then with we, in the explain things then which in think. So we not get barrier for talk to and we did talk on the phone. We can call them at any time and he ready for respond to we. So nobody waiting we be see is like certain sets of journalists then started writing based on the letter we then see, which for me it was very, very unfair on the side of the Honorable Chief Justice.
Okay, now Moses, it's Alex say you blame the media on that, but again, the letter mean signed from the judge. Now, for get things clear, is it that the Chief Justice, not the social media, or a nominee received the letter from his secretary or the administration of the judiciary?
Well, you not go say the Chief Justice not there in social media, you understand? And we not go say maybe he not see the letter or not, you understand? But waiting we the say is that the Chief Justice, we are the mouthpiece for the judiciary. You understand? And if we feel say the Chief Justice, they write a letter to the Chief Justice, we now the head of the judiciary. You understand? So if they send a letter to the Chief Justice, you understand, we don't know. But the Chief Justice was not in town. And we they say not all sets of media houses. You understand? We are saying certain journalists then. And even up to now, when you read the article of those journalists, you understand, you discover, say, they not ever get a balanced story. And that is ethically wrong in the first place. That is ethically wrong.
So Moses, in public relations, when you institution a name counter disrepute, you also get a responsibility as PR person. What you wanna do as PR department of the judiciary of Salone for respond to the letter where the chief justice, where the justice Holloway be right, and where the journalist are right.
One will be taken as say it's an internal issue.
But it's out.
No, I'm coming. If you write a letter to the Honorable Chief Justice and you copy responsible people, how comes the letter go into social media?
So meaning
is it
an justice?
I'm coming. Right. Who wants to seek public sympathy? It was a letter that was meant for certain people. Like I said, Missy and social media. But it was not a letter that was meant for the social media.
But what would I say on a social media? What do you want to do as PR department of the judiciary of Salone?
What we are doing now?
No, you are doing it now after the suspension. I mean, when the justice being raised concerns them, say they withhold the statutory benefits, they remove them from judicial panels, exclude them from appeal and Supreme Court hearings. Their removal also, according to them, they against the law of Salone. These are grave allegations. What you wanna do as an institution that one of una member don't write then kind letter here and you don't go public? What you wanna do?
Okay, let me just tell you what are the provisions or waiting at the procedure in the first place. If, like when Justice Alwell raised the concerns, you understand, we have a Judicial and Legal Service Commission. You understand? It is created for by the Constitution, Section 140, subsection 1. You understand? It tells you the Judicial and Legal Service Commission gets one key mandate for advise the Honorable Chief Justice, you understand, on in administrative functions. Now, let us look at this thing. Was this letter addressed to the Judicial and Legal Service Commission? It was not addressed to the chairman of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. We get a constitutional provision for advice the Honorable Chief Justice. But it was a letter that was addressed to the Honorable Chief Justice. Now, the procedure addressed to the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. When the Judicial and Legal Service Commission get them, they get the legal grounds by virtue of Section 140, subsection 1, for advice the Honorable Chief Justice. But if you say, I have issue with you, you understand, then I use the wrong channel. What will happen? If not me, I will try for identify waiting at the rightful channel. You understand? We see the Judicial and Legal Service Commission advise the president, and before the advice of the president, either the Honorable Chief Justice or somebody else must have rightfully taken the action to the appropriate panel. And that body regulates the affairs of the judiciary. You understand? So if the body has taken a decision by advising the president and a letter has come out, we get the legitimate ground now for ensure we explain to the public. We made a jump into like how some sets of journalists then
Moses, you don't blame the journalists them for publish within Honorable Justice Holloway. You know, blaming one media is like blaming the media fraternity. It's not some. The media is the media. The public out there, they say journalists them. You don't blame journalists them not for where them publish within Justice Holloway do. And I ask you what you wanna do as PR department, you know, answer. But let's move on. Now, the issues them where Justice Holloway being raised. Now, issue of withholding, seeing them waiting for benefit from as judge, and then pull them from judicial panels, exclude them from appellate and Supreme Court hearings, and then removal according to them violates Section 138(3) of the 1991 Constitution and the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. As the judiciary of Salone, what will make up of them allegations here where Justice Holloway make against the judiciary?
We need to comment on the allegations. We need to comment on the allegations today, because now a tribunal has been set up and those that will be presiding has been appointed. We cannot comment on it. You understand? Because whatever it is, that is his case, and the decision taken by the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, all of them has to be presented to the tribunal for let them look and come out with a decision. But you ask, say, what did we do? We said we have a procedure. You understand? If a party not observe the procedure, when you watch at the Constitution 140 subsection 1, you understand, it tells you the role of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. One, it says there shall be established Judicial and Legal Service Commission which shall advise the Chief Justice in the performance of his administrative functions. The body where for advice is the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. There is no provision in law which tells you another body should advise. And this is an administrative issue.
Would that advice for letting suspend Justice Holloway?
It is the Judicial and Legal Service Commission.
Okay, continue for the way to inside the program, Moses. We'll come back to you. Inside the studios, we want to welcome we other studio guests. We in Claude Bami Davis, a come out from Law Society, as we deal with a look inside the suspension of Justice Holloway. Good morning, Mr. Bami. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning, Radio Democracy. Good morning, listeners and viewers.
All right, we see una pull out a press statement wherein una title the reversal suspension of Justice Holloway. For the benefit of listeners, waiting at the content of this particular press statement una pull out.
Okay, thank you very much. The general public go be reminded, say, when we were formally established on the 1st of November 2024, we make a commitment that we go be a body, we go uphold and protect the rule of law, good governance, and democracy. And over time, we don't live to we commitment, and this one is no exception, especially when it comes to fall within we own very institution. All right, so having regard to all the events that will happen, we demand fit say we for speak out, and we press release dated the 17th, which was yesterday done, state say we note from the directive of the letter from the presidency, say Justice Alan Holloway don't be suspended. And in that letter, we not see any reason. But by constitutional provisions, it tells you, say, a judge may be removed from an office on issue of incapacity or inability or statement of misconduct, right? Now, in that letter of suspension, we not see any reason, okay? So now make we pull the press release, say, at the least, because we see the various letters, the two letters from the said judge, and we are not coming into this issue because of Justice Alan Holloway. No, we are not. We're making it clear. We're coming into this issue on a matter of principles and what we think, say, the Constitution of Sierra Leone provide, which ought to be followed. We see the letter from Justice Holloway, the 11th of August, and that of the 11th of September, 2025, two letters. After we see the letter of 11th August, we write a letter to, just so we get an essential balance of the issue, right? We see the letter on social media. Yes, we all do social media. Then we take and say, okay, let we write to the Chief Justice and ask the Chief Justice, this is the Lawyer Society, say we don't see the allegations there on the principles of natural justice, and for make we safe not take any side in addressing the concerns, we addressed a letter on the 22nd of August to the Chief Justice, asking him for his response. Right? I mean, that is decent to do. We understand from delivery of the letter, say the Chief Justice was away. But with the advent of technology, we believe, we're of the opinion, say, a reply or a hold-up letter or acknowledgement would have been good for us, waiting for the return of the Chief Justice to the jurisdiction. Okay, we did not have that. And we went further. On the 5th of September, we sent a follow-up letter to the Chief Justice again. Say, we refer to a letter of 22nd August, and we ask make you respond to a letter and the allegations where Justice Alloway puts by letter, because again for do with the administration of justice, somebody in human rights, which are all part of the mandates of lawyer society. Okay. The 5th of September letter again was not responded to. In fact, in that letter of 5th September, we even gave the alternative, say, if you know a right, you don't feel compelled for right, you're an high office. Do you accommodate we in your office? Let us have a meeting. We were not patronized with any response.
This particular last part where you say, is it direct to the CJ on the right?
All two the letters are addressed to the Chief Justice.
Now we are say whether maybe a receiver or not.
Yes, we have evidence of the way book. We almost say not to the Chief Justice in self they can take letter. I mean, the protocols are there. The Chief Justice gets in secretary, there are other officers where they serve the Chief Justice. So not only like we ought to have given it or handed over it to the Chief Justice himself.
Okay.
We give them to the relevant officers, and we have evidence where it was signed in receipt. The Chief Justice in chambers, we all know him. Would they go there, will say this letter is for Chief Justice, and it was addressed to the Chief Justice.
Okay.
Right. I'm coming 1 minute. Let me just conclude, please, sir. So all two the letters, and they were not countenanced. We demand said they were not countenanced. Then we end up foreseeing now on the 15th, 10 days after our follow-up letter, that the judge in question has been suspended. So in our press release, we stated 3 issues. We say, firstly, at the least, the Justice Alloway has been the victim from a letter. If we have been dignified with a response, we've not able to forget a balance of the story for saying, no, well, Justice Alloway, I think your own story not correct, or now waiting happen within the judiciary not correct. We were not given that. So we say, this man when have been the victim, now don't turn the offender. You know, you read the man in complaint, because I am pretty sure, I don't want to venture into that, I am pretty sure that when you see that letter, they go into social media, now because internal processes have been exhausted. And then he look and say, well, nobody has come to my aid, nobody has said anything, let me post. If that is the allegation that he posted, right? So we say, you for don't listen to the man in complaint. The Judicial and Legal Service Commission gets that mandate today. We have the Judicial Ethics Committee. The Code of Conduct for Judicial Officers of 2005 tells you how then grievance processes here for be handled. This man only complain, nobody know hearing complain. We say, secondly, the provision pursuant to which the suspension was made, that is section 137, subsection 6, that is referred to in the letter or quoted in the letter, we say was not complied with. The relevant procedure was not complied with. A judge can be suspended. Then we make it's clear. The provision, the Constitution makes provision for that. But it is after, we say it is after a tribunal has been set where they investigate, and upon the recommendation of that tribunal or the Judicial and Legal Service Commission that judge is a subject for removal from office, then you may suspend pending that.
Claude, will they come to you back in Claude Bami, from Law Society Saloon? We'll come back to you for look at the processes for suspend the judge. We'll go for a break inside the program Good Morning Saloon. When we come, we continue with studio guest them.
See how we last camp and this farming business. Now in no more they make profits. It's all like na debully gets where they work for.
But blow by your company. And that's not fine pan business.
But that's for waiting. I don't know why we don't tape and this business no they gets better. In we just come they shine like a holy.
That's no. If you do well then, but you not feel say.
Me sister them. Not so debully I get so that the way I they manage me profit after I don't sell me farm markets. Now make una they see me at the shine by this farm business so.
Bosia, you get this fine secret, you not tell we you sister them.
Now I had a try for tell una so. Where I don't sell me farm thing them. I know they spend like how una they spend. Look you musu. Now new ladies bag you come out by so. You they clothes for buy any new clothes we come out. All time una they spend pass how una they make them. Me now I they save. I they cut me cut according to me size. For help me pan this, now make local commercial bank with in partner them. They don't start this financial and digital literacy campaign for farming community them, where they help you for manage your budgets, learn you how for trust, and plenty other awareness there. We go make your business grow more and more. Save today for you tomorrow and buy.
This message they come out from Vocal Commercial Bank and UNCDF in partnership with Government of Sierra Leone with funding from European Union.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA.
You na government or private workman? You want buy land for build your dream house? You want buy motor car? Or now you picking and school fees you want for pay? You want to furnish your apartment or want settle urgent medical bill? Sometimes you want travel. Well, no worry. UBA get you back with the UBA No Wahala loan. We go make you get loan as low as 5,000 and as high as 1 million in new loans. You don't need for worry about any collateral. Once you dey work past 6 months, now any government office, international NGO or any institution where the bank recognize inside them loan portfolio, you go get the opportunity for pay them small with sweet timeline. We're now up to 4 years with no wahala. Oh yes, UBA No Wahala loan don't come for you. Loan will give you peace of mind. So what do you wait for? Just reach for the sky with no wahala. UBA, Africa's global bank. One brand, partnering for progress.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue with do a follow-up question that we cover to Moses. Bami, you mentioned about a letter we are in. I mean, then a social media, and Moses mentioned the same. Normally, everybody concerned about that say why the landed judge take a letter and put on a social media. We maybe you can know the implication of that. Is it the right process way if we don't use on this particular issue?
Clearly, I think say it will be fair that that question be answered by the judge the judge in question now. But I am of the view, this is my personal view, yeah. See, the judge, a senior judge, he's been in the judiciary for the longest of time, and he know the procedure. And from content of his letter, you see, say, he states, say, he engaged the master and registrar who was told, I mean, not for proceed with the certain entitlement, emolument. Say he engage the relevant officers who informed him that this not been the instruction from the Chief Justice. Now, as I said, this not my own personal view about it, that the internal processes must have been exhausted. The letter is addressed to the Chief Justice.
But right? Even if it all exhausted, you think say it I mean the right way for less than on social media?
Well, again, you see, this is the issue. If me don't channel me complaints to the relevant authorities and I see nothing coming out of it, I am not saying this is what happened. I am only saying I would believe that the internal processes where he use not take action. Therefore, it come to the public for masses. You know, I mean, world good one. If me don't use me office, I don't channel me complaint. I don't see nothing they come out of it. And this is not a thing we're happening on a one-off. It has been happening. And it say, don't they complain? They don't they channel them. The officers, they we related, say, this is an instruction. And nobody has come to his aid. I mean, for what it may be worth, he decide for Senam. Okay, now look at this. When he Senam na the public, I mean, as I say, I don't know if na in Senam, but when the letter go na the public domain, it capture minds. Well, maybe if it not been canned this way, all of us would not be here talking about it. So these are the issues, because they fail for address them by what he say, and by what we see, it come to the public domain and say, let me hear from the public. Sometimes when I put them out, so when he go to the public, so he go reach the yes way for reach and then go address me concern. Okay. I am not saying whether it is right or wrong, but for the reason, say this man was is the complainant. He is a victim of allegations. They say his complaint ought to have been considered before they suspend. Now the person when are the victim is being turned the offender. Okay. And we look say it is not proper.
Continue for stay with me inside the program. Claude Bami Davis from Lawyers Society. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. We still get Moses, the public relations person from the Judiciary of Salon. Moses, before we can look at the processes for suspend a judge where Bami don't begin church on say it was not right, the issues them or the concerns them or the allegations them with Justice Holloway makes say the court system or the justice system or the judiciary be exclude them of sittings and also deprive them forget the thing them we forgets not true or not false allegation.
For the fact that waiting Bamidi talk is very, very unfair to the Honorable Chief Justice. You understand? Say in his own personal view, ensure say the internal processes then be observed. Justice Allowell in a letter in reference that and go to the accountant forget waiting in alleged say GM. The accountant say talk to the Chief Justice. Okay, you go to the master, talk to the Chief Justice. So all of the people then we meet now people then we get responsibilities then for perform. You understand? And they perform them under the instruction on the Chief Justice. Let me just come. So there was no approach other than this letter where a use for reach the Chief Justice. And we get I'm coming, please. And we get the opportunity which every judicial staff gets to even cleaner for approach the Chief Justice and discuss issues there.
Now, Moses, not clear something. Earlier you say Chief Justice not been the in country. So if the Justice Holloway go for fiel or go for services, they refer to the Chief Justice. What in that they mean?
If they refer to the Chief Justice,
why Chief Justice not in the country?
Then you have the acting Chief Justice.
So is that the process at the judiciary?
No, you have the acting Chief Justice, but let me come. Yeah. This is not the first time I'm coming.
Is that the process where you want something at the judiciary and at the Chief Justice for it?
The Chief Justice is the administrative head.
But why you get other body them way for function? If the finance office na Chief Justice get for approve why they are existing?
So if they say meet your boss, what is wrong for let you meet your boss? Then you do a letter which will have been. Let me tell you one thing. The letter is that internal communication. You write and copy several people in. But let me make this thing clear. Maybe if we make this thing clear, you will understand. This is not the first time Justice Allowell has been suspended by presidents then. I'm coming. Let me get this background. In 2010, it was also with the same provision, section 1376, President Ernest Bai Koroma used and
when I look at that process, Moses, what would they ask is about the process and procedures within the judiciary of Salon. What in been warrants for making them they refer Justice Holloway to the Chief Justice, anything we need?
The Chief Justice is the head. If there is an issue, you understand, then they say, okay, talk to your boss what is wrong for let you talk to your boss? If me want something, where I think you me, and they approach me, boss, and I don't approach the Chief Justice on several issues. Then when you go say, okay, no, I'll be saying let them wait because I want to look at this thing, A, B, C, and D. But you not approach the Chief Justice. Let us understand that, when somebody is irrespective of whatever, you are bound for follow due process. The communication, it was a wrongful communication. Bami himself knows that. Like they have the law society. If you want to talk to Mara, to Augustine Mara, you not go come and feel say, you go write a letter, you send it to everybody. No, you talk to them within the process.
In this situation, Moses, it sounds like the Chief Justice and Justice Alloway get small beefing and lead to we them the refer now. If you want to feel safe for ask the Chief Justice. Any issue may come up.
We
they get any plan before.
They not get. I don't feel say they get any issue.
But why a senior judge? Wait, one feel pass a go ask.
No, I don't feel say the CJ. And the CJ, they allocate fuel to judges then.
97 they allocate fuel.
Yes, allocate fuel to judges then. Because in the sign and approve and send, you understand? So that is one. But like I said, I don't want to dive into that issue much. But let us look at this situation. You understand? Wherein you for communicate to your boss, you know what? You take a letter, write a letter, and all of a sudden, copy them people there too. Then we see the letter on social media. Is that the right way? Just like you said, is that the right way? Bami for let anybody and somebody of that status for communicate to a boss a letter in social media.
So this you just don't confirm say what in Justice Holloway raise not true.
I'm not saying that true. I'm not saying that true. I said the procedure in getting fuel and other facilities has to be approved by the Honorable Chief Justice. It is the procedure. Even my own fuel is approved by the Honorable Chief Justice.
When they be referred to, be approved the fuel and the other services with you am?
It made the Chief Justice, other than the Chief Justice, see a letter. That is thing we should understand. They not meet the Chief Justice. They not get any conversation on this. They not meet any senior judge.
And when let us assume say it was coming. Let me say allegations now, let us don't come to light now. So not be
let us assume these are still allegations. Yeah. Okay. Assume it's not me happen to. What I'll do, I'll approve the Chief Justice. And let me say the Chief Justice not create the avenue of which it was not in town. Not create the avenue for let I reach him. Waiting they happen, I go meet other senior judges then. This thing happened, but I don't try to read the Chief Justice and I will reach out. But I want to let una step in. It could be a personal letter in the form of a memo to the CJ. You understand? But it was not done like that. For me, looking at this type of letter, I write you now, they don't tell me this, I don't ask you, I don't get your side. That is one big point in miss.
Okay.
You understand? And you don't get the side of the CJ, of which the first procedure would have been engage the CJ, talk to the CJ, either in the form of a letter, personal letter to the CJ, or you meet her personally. Then I think this letter would have been the appropriate time for that letter they come out. But it was not like that. Okay. So immediately the letter went on social media. And let me tell you one thing. Many people that will see this letter, they feel say the action of Justice Alloway writing this letter, send her on social media, and just for put the good reputation of the Honorable Chief Justice in disrepute.
So now Justice Alloway send the letter on social media.
So we see this letter.
But according to you now, you say we send the letter on social media. You just don't confirm
we see this letter on social media. And in the midst of the people that where they copy, the one where they want to see public interest is what he says the victim. So the tendency for the other people that send that letter then on social media is slim.
Okay. Continue for the way to inside the program, Moses Kamara, representative from the Judiciary of Salon, as we had a look inside the suspension of Justice Alloway. We'll go for a break. When we come, we'll continue for look at more issues.
No TP, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that's we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, go send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money now any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
If them lift you up, make you lift them too. If them show you road, make you show them too.
We don't come back, me people there. The Tribunal Memorial Hospital and the Ministry of Health Yai operation for them people we get Jagena the Yai. The Yai operation program now the Ministry of Health, Tribunal Memorial Hospital, Tribunal International Foundation and the North Dubai Foundation. Now they bring on this free Yai operation no sidomo now for come now and register. Now Tribunal Memorial Hospital in station now free. The registration they begin September 2nd, 2025 and now 50 people then they register every day. But if you want no more bodies operation for them people will get Jagena the Yai. Now for call this number 030 541331. Come now and do you young jege operation na you yai for free. You need for see fine one for you tomorrow bambai.
You just get it one life, you don't get time to. Don't grieve for anybody when no grieve for you. I see the media, that's the way powerful.
Cyber security threats, then they happen and then they happen every day. From phishing scam to bad software and data breach. Nobody not get 100% protection because they can attack anybody, any side, anytime.
So if your organization gets cyber incident or your system begin for behave like say somebody they run after no waste time report one time to the National Cyber Security Coordination Center NC3 with team we get master sabi people there ready for answer quick one. Then go tap the attack quick one for make the damage no boku. We go unbug your business and your customer then bambai.
Member say under Part 6, Section 53 on the Cyber Security and Crime Act 2021. If you don't report cyber attack or where bad people sneak inside your system without your permission, now big criminal offense that we can make you pay boku money or you can even go jail. Report all cyber attack na www.nccc.gov.sl or you send email to reporting@nccc.gov.sl before it go late bambai.
The program is still listening to our Good Morning Saloon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today we look at the suspension of Justice Holloway and what this means to the justice system. We get Claude Bame Davis from Lawyers Society and also we get Moses Kama from the Judiciary of Saloon. We can look at the process and procedure for suspend Justice Holloway. But when this issue been come up, my colleague Usman Kama been talked to the president for Lawyers Society, we Nasuri Sengbe Mara Esquire, we according to them, they advise the president wrongly, we make a suspend Justice Holloway, we make a call on him for reverse the suspension. It talk more to Usman Kamara.
We all been see the letter we've been posted on social media. He stated a number of allegations against the Chief Justice. So what we will do as a society, because we not be one for put out any statement to know from the Chief Justice. So we wrote a letter to the Chief Justice on the 22nd day of August 2025. We say we don't see this allegation being paraded on social media. Things as lawyers want for the other side. We sent that letter. Unfortunately, we're not getting a response from the CJ. We sent another letter on the 5th of September. Basically follow up. We also not get any response. So we expectation are that sometime they may look into the complaint where Justice Holloway narrates in letter. Unfortunately, what we see now that State House being direct say the judge for be suspended, and it's concerning to the society. And I think we have stated three fundamental reasons. One, we think say the Judicial Legal Service Commission for don't look into the complaints by Justice Alloway.
Now, before we go further, Mr. Mara, what are the process and procedure we can use for suspending?
Yes. So basically, the process now that if they get any grievance against you, Judge, Judicial Legal Service Commission will sit and they make recommendation to President. Right? That recommendation to President will watch him and say, well, I want to let them investigate you for certain conduct. So this is not so much about the process, right? So we raise three fundamental issues because the process, if you like them follow, although we think say at the very tail end, the office of the presidency, strictly follow the law. And that happen even a Lara till or PRC matter. They suspend a judicial officer, they suspend the auditor general before you set up the tribunal. No, the law not say so. The constitution is very clear. You just set up the tribunal first to trigger the suspension. So always in that case and in this case, the office of the presidency, they puts the cat before the horse. And that is not the law. So one fundamental issue will say, person no go don't write in complaints, he don't call a complaint, that person they want to investigate. That's not natural justice. So we're saying, let we agree with Judicial Legal Service Commission, say Justice Alloway enough for those parade in complaint on social media, enough for them publish. Let me agree with them for a split second. Then they for dismiss illegitimate grievances. So the society say no. Una can look into in complaints, address the fact that you communicate your complaints wrongly. But I don't mean say for minimize the person grievance. Because we also note, say, beyond that one, nothing has been stated. So this man writes a whole 5-page allegation where I am not saying that what he say against CJ not true, no. But the only thing we go determine the veracity or otherwise of the allegation, now where CJ said for to allow a process for investigate the allegation. If after all them fear investigation and come out and say, no, Justice Alloway just lie past CJ no more. He just tarnish in character. Then they get every justification now for referral for disciplinary action. But you have not done that. Third position, now that if you don't treat a judge we come forward and hear out in grievance this way, other judge here will get legitimate grievance go afraid now. Say if I talk, now so then go do me. So we are not saying, and by the way, not get me wrong, the society, they say we don't believe Justice Alloway in own narration. We they say when people then come forward with their grievances, however wrongly they communicate them, you read them. So the society, based on every consideration, don't say, let the office of the presidency reverse the suspension and then let it send back the complaint to the Judicial Legal Service Commission. Let them look into Justice Alloway complaint.
All right. Now, it's Alex over the past month or year, we don't see the justice sector then at the spotlight when it comes on constitutional issue. Firstly, we know say Lara get the status of judges if they want to remove them, but we see how they remove her. Now we don't come to Justice Alloway in case. What does this mean for the justice sector if sideways people for seek justice there we don't begin see blunder they happen?
Yeah, so I mean it's good that you raised the issue there because interesting the way Lara happened. One panitine what tweet about now that if the judicial arm of government allow this action by the executive for go unchecked, they're not correct them. I say mind you, the next people that already come after the judges. Take self the prediction. It don't happen. And this is what we continue to say as activists them. We do one bad. And then people shut their eyes to that bad day. You need a taste safe for let that bad day get a ripple effect or multiplying safe. We make it difficult for remove auditor general. We make it really difficult. We check them powers and the way the executive arm of government will exercise. It means they offer protection also to the judicial benches. There's so much to be done in the judiciary. Anybody will go give any glorious pass to the judiciary, I think say, no, really honest. There's so much work to be done. And believe you me, then constitutional issues are where they come off every time. and the way the courts they behave to them, now go either heighten the hopes of the people of Sierra Leone or continue for sink their hopes in the.
All right. So you think say the executive don't start for the use the other arm of government as they want?
I don't think say that today. They started a long time. And I think say somehow, somewhat, where constitution give powers, you need to wait for like executive kind of respect them powers. Now you need to defend them powers indeed. Now you need to exercise them. Because the executive full of politicians, and politicians they want to get their way all the time. So now you wouldn't give power, now you assert that power, then control it. Because once you allow politicians and vote in and out, it means that they water down their powers, and then the security where the constitution provide for you, then they eventually dismantle them. It means say executive politicians they parade the corridors and then they control the affairs of the judiciary, which should not be the case.
All right. So I want to call on the president for consider for reverse this action. If not,
as lawyers, we'll not tell you anything at the next port of call, but just know say we trust that the Attorney General, who's an honorable gentleman, go advise the presidency say in this case, let them consider for reverse, because also we reverse, you de-escalate tensions within the judiciary.
You not think say maybe the president don't get the wrong information for taking this decision?
Yeah, I think I tweeted. I think say they wrongly advised the president. And mind you, sometimes you can blame the presidency, but they're not can get all the facts.
Well, that's the president for Lawyers Society, Suri Sengbe Marabini, talked to Usman Kamara instead I interviewed the Claude Bami Davis with the only done little bits. We come to Moses from the judiciary. He gets to respond to some of the concerns that Suri Sengbe Mara raised. And one of them are that suspension without a tribunal, then gets issue with that, and they call on the president for reverse the suspension.
It's very, very unfortunate that Mara is not here because we don't pose a question, say, with this provision, because he's specifically referencing 137.
You can post that to Bami.
Yes.
It's from Law Society.
Okay, you are representing
Lawyer
your
Society,
president.
yes.
Right. Now, section 137, specifically in the reference 5A of it, you understand? Okay, 5 the trial for talk say, Section 5 declared for talk say if the Judicial and Legal Service Commission represent to the president, in other words, advise the president for remove a judge, or if then they suspend a judge, then a tribunal has to be set up. You understand? So they say the president acting in consultation with the Judicial and Legal Service Commission shall appoint a tribunal which shall consist of a chairman and 2 other members, all of whom shall be person qualified to have held office as a judge of the Superior Court. I want to tell Bami and the Lawyer Society that a commission has been set up.
The tribunal.
Even the tribunal has been set up even before the letter comes. You understand? No, I'm coming, please. The letter, we get the letter. You understand? So the only thing, when certain set of people think that the only way they can get information and respond to it is through social media, they will try and forget this. But I feel say if they make an issue saying due process or constitution, there is a breach of constitutional procedure, once that suspension letter we then see, because that letter was sent to few people, and yet still it went out. I saw it on social media as well.
You mean the suspension?
The suspension letter. I saw it on social media.
Who than people and they will then send them to we later on leak on social media.
You get the send them to the copy the CJ, then copy the accountant general, the HRMO, then copy the master and registrar. So all of a sudden, me see this letter on social media. You understand? It was somebody that sent it to me. And the previous letter of Honorable Justice Alwell, I see on social media. But waiting at the trial for say, when those 2 letters, immediately with the commission of inquiry letter with in accordance with 5A of 137, you understand? When it came, immediately after that, the suspension letter came. And me, they tell the Lawyer Society, say, there is a tribunal and an appointment has been done of people that we get for preside on this matter. But let me tell you one thing. When you appoint people then for preside on a matter, you not until where you just let go like that.
The Lawyer Society gets issue that the suspension come even with before setting up the tribunal or even the tribunal advising.
No, then gets an issue, say section 137(5)(a), we say the president in consultation therefore don't set a tribunal, you understand? Therefore don't set a commission, a tribunal, you understand, before the suspension. So maybe authoritatively tell them, say, a tribunal was set and an appointment of those that will be presiding on that tribunal. There is a letter to that effect.
So would that
before the
chairperson for this tribunal?
No, I won't name it. But me, I won't name it. But me, they tell you, say, authoritatively tell you, say, the right approach in accordance with section 137(5)(a), the president follow. There's a letter to the effect. Let them do further research in relation to that.
Okay, I can tell you, Bami, quick one, yes. Una concern is that, yes, una concern that tribunal was not set up and the procedures were not followed according to Moses. These are all not true.
That is our position. That is our position. Now, when you look at the letter, the letter of suspension addressed to the judge, this is a judge of the highest court. The content of the letter says, pursuant to the provisions of section 137, subsection 6 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, and acting in accordance with the advice of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission at a meeting held on 5th September 2025, I write to convey that His Excellency the President hereby suspends you as a judge of the Superior Court of Judicature with immediate effect until the outcome of a disciplinary tribunal instituted to investigate your conduct. Nothing in this letter states that we have established the tribunal pursuant to this to the provision of the Constitution, and the tribunal will be looking into the alleged misconduct for which you are suspended. Nothing stops the author of this letter to have everything is shrouded in secrecy.
No, that can be communicated.
No, this is the letter.
And let me tell you the people that will be presiding.
Let us see that letter. In the absence of that, you cannot. We have written 2 letters.
A press release of that.
No, this is not a press release.
No, you are a concern without doing due diligence.
We have done.
No, you have not.
Let us refer to what
you have not.
We have done 2 letters on the office of the Chief Justice.
You with reference to section 137, subsection 5A. You are saying the president did not follow the due process, and I'm telling you, it is not how you want it. What you want, that all of this should be in one letter.
No, I'm not saying.
No. That is what you are saying.
So send us the letter or the establishment of the tribunal.
Let's have this letter. Let's have this letter.
You will shut us immediately after here.
But this letter is the members of the tribunal.
Give me the name of the people.
You get Justice Bangura. 2, you get Mr. Robin Mason. And 3, you get Mr. Gabidon. These are the people that will preside on that tribunal.
When they set it on that tribunal, when it was set, when they set it on that is
you want the letter, is that not?
Yes. Don't you have to represent the judiciary? It is good. If I have to take my words back, I will take my words back.
Moses, when
you write on social media for information.
Moses,
we've written 2 letters.
Moses, just to get things clear. When una set up the tribunal,
I don't make this clear, say, not when the president, you understand? The president was advised on the misconduct. One, it is clear that if a judge is not sick, you understand, if his suspension come in, now issue of misconduct, it's very clear. So the president acts in accordance with 5A of section 37.
Moses, when they set up this tribunal,
the tribunal letter come
before the suspension.
Before, I think 1 hour, not even think, 1 hour, the letter, the suspension letter come.
Where they keep the tribunal from the public and establish or publish the suspension letter?
Well, I think the tribunal never seek any public interest.
Why?
No, any public sympathy, sorry.
It's not seeking
public
sympathy.
So when the two letters were out, when the letter of Justice Allowell was making rounds on social media, then the other question is why the letter of why the letter of suspension was also on social media.
That's
listen, it was not. Listen, we were copied. The CJ was copied. You understand? Other people were copied. But we are saying, why on the same copy, you understand, the letter for the tribunal did not go out? Because that letter cannot seek public sympathy.
Can I please to a constitutional provision?
One before we come over to you. Now, Moses, the tribunal for setup before suspension, because waiting the tribunal pool, in this case, when I don't suspend, then when I don't set up tribunal, this is really confusing.
Okay, let me just read section 137 subsection 6, where it's like all they are in letters, you understand, which they reference as well. It said, we are the question of removing a judge of the Superior Court of Judicature from office has been referred to a tribunal. You understand? Now the tribunal has been set up.
Under subsection 5.
No,
yes.
The tribunal has been set up. You understand? Under subsection 5. You understand? So subsection 5, I always say it has been set up. It comes before the suspension, which it is their own issue, and I've made it clear.
Okay.
You understand?
So this is
the president may suspend. You understand? Once you set up the tribunal, the president has set up the tribunal, then obviously the president may suspend.
So, set up the tribunal before I suspend?
Yeah, the president, not the judiciary.
So, when the president suspend, now all the presidents suspend. Now, I set up the tribunal, or when I set up the tribunal before the president suspend.
Listen, the president has the right to suspend upon consultation with the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. That is section 5 of 137.
Continue
so
for the program, Moses.
Yes, in fact, this is just clear indication, say, this provision has not been followed, or these provisions have not been followed. Now, this subsection 6 of section 137, where they deal with the tenure of judges, it says, where the question of removing a judge of the Superior Court of Judicature from office has been referred to the tribunal. So there has to have been the tribunal. And then the question of removing this judge, let us use Justice Alloway now, has arisen. They don't say with a pool Justice Alloway as judge. Then they refer him to the tribunal. Then it is thereafter that the president should suspend the judge. Let them show us where the question of removing Justice Alloway has arisen. Who that don't recommend that day before the president can suspend. That is clearly. So section 6. Now, where the question of removing a judge of the Superior Court of Judicature from office has been referred to the tribunal. We have not seen anything that there is a referral to a tribunal by the Judicial and Legal Service Commission that the question of removing Justice Alloway is wrong. No, wait. You're getting it because it is after the tribunal. As far as we know, there has not been any tribunal. The tribunal has not decided on anything. Now when they suspend and they say pending the investigations of the tribunal.
I mean, this issue.
Pending the investigation of the issue.
The investigation.
People advise the president wrongly because Lara get a status of just like judge if they want to remove her.
Yes,
but
get secure tenure.
In the last case of Lara, and the same thing we see. Then concern there. Is it that they advise the president the wrong way? Because the justice sector suppose for the fella the law, they're not there above.
Yes,
in this case, we don't see,
exactly. This now the reason why we always the talk say. I mean, you should not be in any haste to do things. The provisions are there in the Constitution. We are not, as we always maintain, we are not here to protect an individual. We're here to protect the law. If you don't take, you see, because again, and then put the cat before the horse for Lara, this is what we're seeing again.
No. Moses, a minute.
It is Bami.
Now, according to Moses, Moses, please let me come. So, Bami, Moses don't say that the tribunal was set before even the suspension.
Let them provide us with that. Let them provide us with it. I will take my words back if we see a letter of
Moses will have a letter public for the application, and as much as will make this
let us see the date. I am seated here.
I'm coming.
I'll take my words back.
Please, for the fact that they failed to do due diligence, we will ensure that you have a copy of that letter.
Moses, we have started that this media say we don't like 2 letters. No, you can say we not do due diligence. When we are getting 2 letters to the judiciary,
let me
we will publish our letters now. We have decided not to publish the 2 letters we go to the Chief Justice. Now that he's saying we never did.
No, I didn't say. No.
And the National Disaster Management Agency, Lieutenant General Brahma.
Okay, please. We'll come back to now.
15 people don't die from disaster. Them na free tongue inside in season. Retired Lieutenant General Brahma Sisse talk this with the National Disaster Management Agency go give rest oil and other thing them for it. We've been suffer from the disaster them inside this rain season. Mange Mansari gets more in Gona report.
The National Disaster Management Agency, they've been formed for prevent and respond to disaster them where they happen at different parts of the country, and this agency don't they respond to different disaster them where can happen where make the agency don't give pan thing for eat like rice, sardine, and other thing them to people them where disaster be affect inside this in season, where the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints then give the National Disaster Management Agency for support the people them where disaster be affect inside this in season. Retired Lieutenant General Brahma Sisse, now the Director General for the National Disaster Management Agency, talk about this support where they give to victims them, where they been suffer from disaster inside this rainy season.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints have been wonderful to this agency. They have been very supportive to this agency over the period. This is not our first engagement with them. They have come to the aid of the agency when we are faced with challenges, especially during the rainy season. Challenges in relation to floods. There are series of flood incidents within Freetown and the country as a whole for this rainy season.
Retired Lieutenant General Brahma Sisse continue for talk about the people where disaster be affect inside this rainy season. Where he say now 15 people been die now Freetown inside this rainy season from the disaster them way happen.
So far 15 fatalities for this year. Most of them were due to wall collapse, fence collapse, buildings where people are residing. And we also have some few incidents of fire, which also caused some fatalities.
Make it a talk for sake of the support we then give to the victims them, we then suffer from disaster inside this rain season. One missionary na the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, Lon Lassing, talk about the support we then give to them victims they are.
My wife and I are here as humanitarian missionaries. So we are here for 18 months or so. And I can tell you that we have seen a lot of recovery just in the few months that we've been here. And I can tell you that the need is great as we get artists out of these villages. And so part of the mission of our church is to be able to help support all who are in need. And this is part of it. This is a small part of what we do. We're grateful for that partnership that we have with the Natural Disaster Management Agency. They're great people. They're great teams. My wife and I had the opportunity to go where the flooding was, and we had to observe and talk with the victims there of the last flood.
After we them don't give this support to the disaster victims them, I've been talk to them about how they feel, but the support we then give to them, and this them get for say.
I'm named Ali Touye, they call me Ali Bolo. I work at the Sierra Leone Correctional Service. On July 23, I didn't host my model. Then I veranda the shifts of food. Don't me they get water under the end. So I just say we the fence for the as the fence for those, so the water back the falla. So the water be don't sweep the tree picking there. The one where the one for go save me model, the water back sweep me. The pan where I go enter, I get damage at the plan. I go say thank you to government for where they don't start my life. They give me 5 bundles zinc. They give me 1 bag rice, though with sardine.
My name is Aja Sawani. I didn't do Babaras. I'm glad for the things they want to do. Rice, bag, boot, vest, they give me materials and oil.
When people end up call on government and other arts organization them for support them as they may don't suffer from disaster inside this rainy season. For Radio Democracy, Mange Mansai, the report.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue to inform the society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we come to Moses as you earlier been the state a letter dated 3rd September 2010, where they been suspend Holloway again, Justice Holloway, and a letter again in September this year. Moses Holloway is being suspended. Why is it that Justice Holloway is being suspended by 2 regime or 2 different people?
Yes, obviously, documental evidence as the letter the speak owner gets. See, in 2010, September 3rd, the then President Ernest Bai Koroma be suspend Justice Holloway for administrative misconduct. And in fact, that suspension they be go for almost 5 years, 6 months. He was on suspension for administrative misconduct. And in this September as well, he gets a letter on that same grounds to be investigated by a tribunal. So this is not the first time.
When the suspension come, the phrase where they use that Holloway, Justice Holloway suspended for speaking truth to power. Is it that he don't always say the fact we make each regime get issue with them?
No, who's waiting say whose letter we say so?
That's not a letter.
No,
The slogan is that
it was
not a
an
letter.
article. It was an article written by Concord Times. That is somebody's opinion. You understand? But with the talk say, like for instance, in 2010, there are also letters wherein at the end of it in get for tender an apology. Say he acknowledged that what he did was wrong. So let us wait and see whether because the committee, the tribunal has been set up and then will commence their work, you understand, and the outcome will be made public. But we only know say the action of the president is in line with the constitution.
When the tribunal starts for it?
Pretty soon.
pretty soon timeline, no?
No, pretty soon, that I can tell you. But I want to make it clear.
And waiting at the mandates or the terms of
Now for
reference of the
investigate,
tribunal.
now for investigate the conduct of the judge. You understand whether it's in line with constitutional provision or not. But I want to make it clear to people that when they listen to we see every provision that is section 137, subsection 5, that the president acts on the advice of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. That is one. And subsection 5A, as the Law Society gets an issue with it, may they tell them, say, the president in consultation with the Judicial and Legal Service Commission does set a tribunal, and you get Justice Bangura, you get Gabidon, Mr. Gabidon, and you get Mr. Robin Mason, where they are experienced lawyers. Now that tribunal.
What are the timeline of this investigation? Because somebody is on suspension now.
Well, obviously, we will make a non-toner, but
and they don't try. The lawyer society, they challenge you and now say there is no tribunal set before the suspension.
Yes.
No,
now, when I will make this letter public for prove them wrong that there was a tribunal before the suspension.
No, we're not going to make them public.
Why?
You understand? We're not going to make them public. But me don't name the name. Say, I don't tell and say, if in one see the letter, let him come. You understand? Me they show the letter.
If me want to see the letter now,
don't become a public
no, I'm coming.
If me want to see the letter,
if you want to see the letter, what is wrong about you? The office of the president and the office of the president, the press secretary, not so. You can reach him and affirm.
So what about Salon people able to reach this?
No, that is why you are serving as interface. The problem with Bami and the Lawyer Society, they not do due diligence, forget this letter.
Right.
When me they assure they say
even if this man they on suspension now, but still when I get for Giam waiting due till investigation done.
Obviously, I think when somebody they on suspension, it depends on waiting the HRM will conduct say. You understand? Which I cannot comment because I'm not to offend with them. You understand? But I know say if anybody they set up a tribunal and you are found wanting, you they lose your benefits and other facilities then.
Okay.
Continue
for doing inside.
There's certain suspension we can go with emoluments. It can be half. There's no hard and fast rule say if you're suspended, you should lose all your emolument. No, some conditionally can say, well, you will be paid half salary, or you will be still paid your salary but suspended from office. So
in this case, what in the
rule? I'm not talking about the suspension.
No, this suspension
I'm saying at the
emolument.
No, I'm saying at the end of the day. You understand?
Now, as it stands, they get them after 15 days. We forget when they're under suspension.
No, I cannot tell now.
Why?
But normally, even on anti-corruption cases, if somebody judicial staff is suspended, and they get almost half of its salary.
If you're not being get away in active service, what's in that assurance?
Well, we not going to say no be get up because that's an allegation.
But these are allegations that we're not able to prove them.
That's an allegation.
All right, ma'am. I mean, somebody in our Facebook page say Justice Alloway been the part of the other judges there. We mean they do the wrong things them, and by now the wrong things that women they part of don't affect them. You believe in that?
Again, initially when I come to the station, I say we're not here to sort of protect or vet for Justice Alloway. Even the vilest offender entitled to a defense, if it come across like it's an infringement on the constitutional provision.
Okay.
So we're here to uphold the rule of law. Whether that's the most wicked man in the world, nine that they treat so now, so because he been wicked, he been bad, we know for defend them. No, that is not what the law says. The law not say it's only for the good people.
Right.
It's for the good and the bad.
Waiting next for Lawyer Society. If they don't reverse,
we will not state what we will do next, but we will take this up, and we believe that the Attorney General, because we don't call on them, go take this. And I make we don't ask in the press statement say a remission of this matter to the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. Now then get this responsibility for make sure say they handle this matter properly. The president is not a lawyer. The president is acting or working on the advice of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. We say they have not dealt with it properly, but it's still not late. this matter could be remitted to them, and then they could do what is right.
Quickly, is it that the Legal Service Commission advised the president wrongly?
From what we see, yes, we can say the president was wrongly advised. We don't know, who advised the president, but he was wrongly advised.
Plenty thank you for joining inside the program this morning. In name na Claude Bami Davis, in a representative from Lawyer Society, assuming they will look at the suspension of a senior judge, we in Justice Aloe, and also inside the program we get Moses Lamin Kamara, we come out from the Communications Department at the Judiciary of Salon. Plenty thank you for joining inside the program, guys. And now we'll draw the curtain door of the program. Good morning, Salon. We come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Plenty thank you to producer Michael Sambola with support from Mangi Mansari and Career. Plenty thank you to Clifford Walker, DJ Clifford, technical support, Fatimata Samoa, Marie Kamara Bangura, Jaffa Mans Davis, and Joseph Songa. Make us see you live on Facebook. So to meet another 10 minutes, Usman Kamara. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
And Musa Kamara say bye-bye.
The Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. That's not
Komon-Tok. We the talk and right, we the talk and clear from Sierra Leone to everywhere. Oh yeah. Komon-Tok, come make me hear. From the streets of Freetown to the world beyond, we dey yarn about the things. From Sierra Leone to everywhere, oh yeah. Komon-Tok, come make we hear. Oh, Komon-Tok. We the talk and right, we the talk and clear from Sierra Leone to everywhere, oh yeah. Komon-Tok, come make we hear. From the streets of Freetown to the world beyond, we dey yarn about the things we dey hold strong. Political talks, we no go shy. Migration stories should no go die. Entertainment, we go dance to the beat. Health and well-being, make we rise from we sit. It's not a platform, we go speak the truth for the young and the old. That we voice we do. Komon-Tok, you go hear me loud. We no go hide, you go make me proud. From Salone to the world, we dey stand tall. Come here we are. Oh yeah, we message for. Choice from politics to health, we stand firm. Migration of ours, we come from. Komon-Tok, the place to be, we dey yarn and care for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we did. For the future, we pave the way. We talk about the health, we need them for survive. Make the system better so we be